From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, April 12th, 2015. Silver is trading at $16.51 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,208 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $238. AntiWarcom reports meeting Friday night at a summit in Panama. President Obama and Cuban President Raul Castro shook hands in what was the first direct meeting between the two nations' heads of state in over 50 years. It's an historic encounter, but more important is what it represents: the very real chance of rapprochement between the two countries and an end to half a century of U.S. economic embargoes. The next big step in that direction would be the removal of Cuba from the U.S. list of state sponsors of terrorism. There was never much real evidence to support that listing, but this is the first time in decades the matter has ever been under real consideration, with the U.S. State Department reporting to have endorsed the removal. Progress in such removals is often dependent on political conveniences at any given time, and U.S. officials are said to be pressing Cuba for guarantees on diplomatic access, something obviously totally unrelated to terror, in return for their removal. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs offers premium publicity campaigns designed to facilitate an organization's adoption of Bitcoin as a payment system. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com. UPI reports following a Justice Department report alleging sexual misconduct among DEA agents. Attorney General Eric Holder warned DOJ employees that soliciting prostitutes is a violation of policy, whether on or off duty. In a letter released to DOJ staff on Friday, Holder wrote, "I want to reiterate to all department personnel, including attorneys and law enforcement officers, that they are prohibited from soliciting, procuring, or accepting commercial sex." Holder wrote in the letter, "This rule applies at all times during an individual's employment, including while off-duty or on personal leave, and applies regardless of whether the activity is legal or tolerated in a particular jurisdiction, foreign or domestic." The caution comes 2 weeks after a report that found several Drug Enforcement Administration agents had sex parties with prostitutes that were hired by drug cartels. Justice Department Inspector General Michael Horowitz found 10 agents, most of whom had top-secret security clearances, had engaged in the parties with prostitutes because it was the local culture. 7 of the 10 agents admitted to being at the parties, most of which took place on U.S. government-leased properties. Many of those implicated in the report received minor disciplinary action. The Washington Post reported Holder and Deputy Attorney General Sally Yates have reviewed the report and concluded the disciplinary process at the DEA was inadequate. Holder's letter hints at increased oversight for employees and supervisors. For over 35 years, Robertson Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports Hillary Clinton is expected to announce her second run for the presidency on Sunday, starting her campaign as the Democrats' best hope for fending off a crowded field of lesser-known Republican rivals and retaining the White House. The overwhelming favorite for the Democratic presidential nomination, Hillary will nonetheless face multiple challenges as she returns to the campaign trail 7 years after losing the nomination in 2008 to Barack Obama. She has been a high-profile figure in American politics for more than 2 decades since her husband Bill won the presidency in 1992, and her fame still eclipses the other likely Democratic contenders and Republican opponents. She will try to get past a controversy over her use of personal email while Secretary of State and find a way to connect with ordinary Americans after her years as a top U.S. diplomat. After the announcement, she will travel to the early voting states of Iowa and New Hampshire, according to a source. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.